Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today you join me in my car but in not so sunny Coventry. It's pissing it down with rain, but we're on our way to look for some potential property projects. So a lot of my focus in the last few months has been building and working on my educational business. If you've been following me, you'll know a little bit about that, but really not so much on the property projects. And so really now starting to look for some new deals, and I want to document that entire process with you guys. So we're on our way. We've booked 3 viewings, unfortunately a couple cancelled, of a couple properties in Coventry, all between the 130 to 180,000 pound range, and really going there with not too certain on what sort of strategy we're going to follow. Some of these may work for small development projects where we can add value and sell them on. Some of them maybe refinance them, rent them out as multi-lets. Maybe there's a lease option potential there as well, but who knows. The reality is I've just identified a few properties which I think have potential, have value in them, so I've just booked them, going to see what they're all about, going to build some relationships with the agents, and hopefully something can come of it. So stick with us, you'll just see the entire process. I'll hopefully show you some of the properties. I'm sure the agents will let us in a couple of them, and you can just get to see how my mind works when we're looking at these properties as well. So I'll see you at the first property.
I'm turning dreams into reality. In the lab with the formula and chemistry. The memories spark and motivate and make the industry shake. We put the bars in the brakes. I'm talking one chance at best, yes. Painting pictures for the culture, keep the brushes fresh. Flip the cover with the
Okay guys, so fortunately the agent has been kind enough to let us in the house with a camera. So really just want to show you what I'm looking at, my thoughts as we go around the house, show you how I'm sort of interpreting the work that he's doing, the ideas that come to mind, and then obviously give you my final thoughts on the property. So we'll show you some clips of the property from the outside. Some of the properties around here, they're a little bit run down. There's a huge new complex opposite which has been built for students, which is obviously regenerated the area a little bit. So there's definitely room and scope for prices to go up in this area, which is good because this is a property we're looking to add value to and potentially hold on for a while. So without further ado, this property was originally student lets. So there's 5 bedrooms, 2 downstairs I believe, and then 3 upstairs, and it's been empty for like over 6 months now, so it's in a bit of poor condition. We've got fortunately new en-suites in each bedroom, but other than that it really needs a lot of work. Decoration wise, this room isn't too bad, just needs new carpets. Windows are fine, which is good. No major plastering, because plastering can be a big job, and the electrics seem okay, but obviously I haven't looked at them. So let's go back to the kitchen. Now this property is in an area where we're 10 minutes away from Warwick University in Coventry, and so really this is going to be, if a project I'm going to take on, the idea is we keep it as a student-let property. There's no point in converting it back to residential, maybe if the figures stack, but it's a sort of property where get it in good shape, get some students in, get the cash flow coming in, get it revalued at the higher price, pull the money out, rent it out and leave it there. Or potentially a lease option agreement. That's something we could speak to the owner about, but obviously lease options and everyone's cup of tea, and it sounds like the seller just wants to get rid of it anyway. So kitchen, as you can see, it's in a bit of a state. We have got a new boiler though, so literally new boiler, new en-suites, but everything else is needs a lot of work. So kitchen needs a whole new kitchen, leads straight into another downstairs bedroom, and you can see from the outside as well that the garden is so overgrown, you can just see how empty it's been for some time. So yeah, we'll take a quick look upstairs as well. There is another bedroom or dining room around there which I don't need to show you, but yeah, we'll just pop upstairs and I'll show you upstairs. So 3 bedrooms, smaller one here, we've got 2 more, and they're all in similar condition. So you can see new carpets needed, new decor, The cornices around the ceilings are falling off. Probably replaster some of the ceilings, I don't know, but the windows are fine, en-suites are fine, so it doesn't need a huge amount of work. I'd guess somewhere in the region of £15,000 to £20,000. It's on at 165, and I probably want to get, well, I would want to get it for less than that, and it doesn't sound like the seller's too motivated, but obviously we'll see. Now the agent's telling me there's some houses, similar houses further down this road, done up, same size, that are selling for around 200,000. So there is a margin there, probably not big enough if I'm paying 165, but we'll see what we can get it for. And I need to do my own research, because what the agent says they're selling for, she may be right, but obviously you just have to do your own research, see the facts, see the figures for yourself. So yeah, pretty good, needs some work, it's got potential, and now we're just going to go see another property literally 3 doors down and see how that compares. It's at Wycombe Grange Road, I think.
Tyler.
Do you know who the viewing solicitor? Sorry.
How motivated would you say they are to get rid of it? To see it gone?
They're looking for around that sort of figure.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
They wanted a bit more, but we suggested that wasn't quite going to achieve that. So.
And so that property we just looked at was a deceased estate, which means the person that was living there, they've died, and now the property's empty, it's vacant, and it's been handed down to the beneficiaries who are now looking after the sale. And a lot of the time with a deceased estate, it's obviously quite raw emotionally. That property is one of the last remaining connections the beneficiaries, the families have to that person, and a lot of the time, to help them move on with the grieving process, they just want to sell the property and see it gone. And a lot of the time with deceased estates, especially if it's an older person that's been living there, it's not been loved, it's not had much work done for the last 10-20 years, so a lot of the time they need a lot of work. And so it is easier to make an attractive offer to them, get it through quickly. Obviously it's a very stressful time for a lot of them, and if you can make an offer that's works for them, that's convenient, you can get it through without causing a lot of stress, a lot of headache, and you do what you say you're going to do, and you've got no chain, and you're an investor and all these benefits, a lot of the time they just want to see the house gone, and you know, you can come to a mutually beneficial agreement. So really it comes down to what we call the 3 Ds: death, divorce and debt. And so if someone's in debt, you know, they need to sell the house quick. If someone's getting divorced, a lot of the time they need to sell the house quick, because the property is the only thing keeping that couple together, and they both want to get their money out of it so they can move on with their lives, especially if it's a messy divorce. And then with death, like I say, people just want to move on, get rid of the house and move on with their lives and get through the grieving process. So, but it's a sensitive subject, and you do have to approach a subject and the negotiation from a sensitive standpoint, because you're not there to try and get a deal, try and get a bargain. You're there to come to a win-win, an agreement that's favourable for both parties. Okay, so property number 3 for today. This one is actually like 200 meters from one of the first projects I ever did in Coventry. If you've seen my video on YouTube, how I did my first deal, it's that property. So we're literally not too far away. I know the area really well. This property is a 3-bedroom, and it's actually in really good condition. It doesn't need much work structurally in terms of there's no plaster falling off the walls. Really, we just have to put new carpets in, probably a new kitchen, but quite a big space, quite a big living area. If I just show you the kitchen at the back. But we could probably do something, open this up into the garden, because if you're going to put a new kitchen anyway, you could open it up here, obviously depending on the structure of it, but it's got a lot of scope. And then we just look upstairs as well. It's actually a really big house. And this is in an area where, in terms of the end user, the end purchaser, is far more likely going to be someone, you're going to get a residential buyer much easier rather than somebody you're going to rent out that's not really far from university, so it's not going to be a a rental property. It's a property I'd rather sell on. But yeah, if we look at each bedroom, like it looks like the central heating's fine, carpets, that's not a huge job. The decor isn't too bad. The skirting boards are fine. So actually, although it looks dated, it doesn't need a huge amount of work. So probably a property we're going to make an offer on. It's just a question of what price can we afford to pay for it, what's the seller prepared to accept, and just see how the negotiations go. But property like this, when you're looking at these sort of deals, it is a numbers game, yes, and a lot of people say it's a numbers game, but there is a lot of things you can do to make those numbers work in your favour. It's not just a game of rolling the dice and you view 10 properties, you offer on 5 and you hope one that gets accepted. There's a lot of things you can do in the negotiation to improve your chances of success, and that's, one thing is asking the right questions. The first question I asked the agent when I got here is, what's the seller's situation? Why are they selling? Why is it empty? How long has it been on the market? What interest has it had? Getting as much information as I can, so when I go into the negotiation, I know everything I need to know to make sure I've got the best chance of success, and I'm not going in blindly. So ask better questions, get better answers. The more information you have, the better. It's not just a case of viewing it, thinking, okay, I'll make an offer. And when it comes to making the offer, there's a lot of things you can do then, which I'll discuss in another video, that you can make your offer more attractive, because offers aren't always about price. It's about timescales. It's about certainty. It's about doing the things you say you're going to do. It's about making it as stress-free and hassle-free for not only the seller but also the agent as well, because it's the agent that's managing the transaction, managing the negotiation. They're the middleman. You need to get them on your side as well. So lots of things that come into play, but this is a really good property, and I've got an idea of what it's going to cost me to do up, probably in the region of 10 to 15,000. But yeah, so we just need to see now what we think the end value would be once that money's been spent on it, and then make an offer accordingly. So fingers crossed. Okay guys, so just finished up the third viewing, which you would have just seen. Like I said, the first project I ever did was literally that road there. So this road forks into two. The first one was on the left, so I know the area really well. All houses have a lot of potential. So this one you've just seen, really nice house inside in terms of space, in terms of layout, in terms of would work really well. I'm looking at this house here, number 12, which is a couple doors down. From the outside looks really nice, so it's going to be interesting to see what that one's sold for, if that's in good condition. But yeah, like viewing properties like this, I could view all three, I can make offers on all three could get rejected, but what you've got to do, you've got to keep following up the offers, because although they may accept another offer, that may fall through, and over time, this is a concept I explain to a lot of people. When a property first goes on the market, which a lot of these properties have, they're new to the market, the seller's price expectations are up here, and their motivation to sell is down here. So if they don't get this price they want, they don't want to sell. But over time, what happens is their motivation to sell increases. So their situation, they get fed up of dealing with agents, they just want to move on, or a lot of the time they find the property they want to buy, but they can't buy it until they sell the house. So over time, they get more and more inclined to want to sell, and what happens at the same time is their price expectations decrease. So if you put 2 and 2 together, they get more motivated over time, their price expectations decrease. So although they may not want to accept the offer now, if we keep following up, call the agent every week, every 2 weeks, any news, what's the update, would they consider the offer now? You'll be surprised, it's often the follow-up where you get the deal done. So if I was to give you any tip on making offers and negotiating for today, that would be number 1 tip: follow up the offers. I'm sort of gonna make offers on these properties expecting them to get rejected to an extent, so I'm not gonna be heartbroken if they are. But again, it's just a numbers game. I'm doing everything I can to make sure those numbers work in my favor, and it should hopefully be a successful day. But worst case, even if nothing comes off today, the one thing I have done is I've built relationships with agents. Every agent I've met with today, I've been super nice. I want to be memorable. I've told them what I'm looking for. For me, one thing as well I'm looking for at the moment is land. Every agent I've met said, if you think of land, if you see land, come across land, think of me. And I drill it into them, and I make a bit of a joke out of it. So I know next time someone comes to them in 1 month, 3 months, 6 months with land, they think, oh, let me call Tyler. So I've built relationships with agents, they've seen my face, it's another touch point, and so next time, although if these properties don't work, the next time a potential deal comes on the market, they can call me, they remember me, and you know, I've got that, I can go and view it hopefully before they put it online and advertise it to other people, because they know, like, and trust me, they know I can deliver on my word, and then I'm serious. So again, there's lots of benefits to just doing this. You've just got to get out there, you've just got to take action, you've just got to make the relationships, make the contacts, the touch points, and the deals will come. So if you like these guys, please subscribe, comment, like. You can be following this journey with me and let me know what content you want to see moving forward. But that's all for this one. I'll see you guys on the next video.